Hi, it's Dave Hollis again. I'm here to tell you about another book that I love to read. Back when I was a child, one of my favorite children's books was Ramona the Pest. I remember reading it quite frequently. The entire series of Ramona in Business, all these books were very influential to me growing up. I loved Ramona because Ramona was a misunderstood child, much like most of us were growing up. Ramona the Pest by Beverly Cleary is a great book that pretty much puts Ramona in a situation where she is a misunderstood child. They construe her as a pest, but basically she's just fumbling through life like any normal kid would. She has a tormentor named Davy who runs the playground and chases her on playground equipment and whatnot. And, as a small child, I can remember when there was a time when I used to run in the playground and be tormented by girls. When we're all in school between the ages of K through at least 4, boys have cooties, girls have cooties, and nobody likes each other. They just like to tease each other and run to and fro equipment. And essentially, that's what Davy and Ramona do. They get on each other's nerves. And Ramona also has her little nemesis with the little pigtails and the springy, bouncy hair. And, we all have that one person that is just like us in school, but just a little bit different. And we don't like them for reasons we don't understand at the time, but it's often because we're very much the same as that person. There's also the kid in class that's always the, per se, goody two-shoes or know-it-all, and is always like the hall monitor, bathroom monitor, anything like that. And Ramona has to deal with this throughout the book also. And I think what Ramona the Pest basically tries to teach us is that we're all a little bit different, and we're all fumbling through our lives trying to make an impression upon somebody and an impression upon ourselves by trying to find ourselves. And that's what Ramona the Pest does. Beverly Cleary does a really good job of placing her characters in situations that are very believable. And by being very believable, the realistic fiction she creates helps people understand that, yeah, you may think you're different, and you may think that things are happening in a manner that, makes you stand out from others. But in all fairness, really, her books are placing you in a situation where you understand that, what you're reading is something that very well could be real to you and to your life. I chose this format as far as impressing my ideas of this book upon people because basically I'm doing an oral book report. So I'm standing out there and I'm saying how I feel about something, and it's coming from my point of view. You can also see this and say, wow, he's using technology, because I'm using a phone to do this so-called book report on Beverly Cleary's Ramona the Pest. I think this is a good way to do it because kids love hearing how other people feel about books. Kids love hearing how people feel about video games. This is a great way to impress upon them the idea that technology and doing things orally is a good way to get your message across, because people tend to believe what they are hearing, not so much what they read. Then again, people have been on Facebook and they believe what they read on Facebook. But I chose this format because this is a great way to get to kids and get them to see in a very short clip what they may possibly be reading. And at the same time, it gives people a nice, honest look at where people stand, how a person feels. And I think this is a very effective way to do things. Phones can be used for wonderful things. Same way tape recorders were used back when I was a child, or even video cameras. Now everything seems to go in a handheld device. So this is Dave Hollis saying I think Ramona the Pest is a great video. Try using your phone for something worthwhile. Try standing in front of somebody and telling them your opinion. And just keep the whole train of information going, whether it's through a phone, through a presentation, through artwork, or whatever. But don't ever lose that urge to read, because reading is fun.